Hi there, very good morning and good afternoon to all of you, depending on wherever you're watching me. This is Simply Stocks, and I'm live in this live session again with you in a very interesting and very important live session after India winning the bronze medal in the Olympics. And this is my kid poking his head here and there just to see as to what is going on. Say hi. Hello. Hello, baby. Hello, baby. Okay, now go to mama. Go there. Mama. All right. So, as I mentioned, this has been just amazing. Winning the Olympics, winning an Olympic medal, winning something like a bronze. I mean, in something in an Olympic event is just amazing. So I have been a sports buff since childhood and have followed cricket, hockey, soccer, everything. I just want to talk about this for a while and will answer your queries. Nothing else matters at the moment. Each Olympics since 1992, I have followed in Barcelona, then Atlanta, whether Sydney, Athens, Beijing. Uh, and London, and then Rio, and now Tokyo. So, but just to give you a background, so India did end up beating Germany by 5 goals to 4. And it was just an exhilarating encounter after being down 1-3. We came back magnificently in quarter 3 and 4 to level and then go up 5-3. And as it happens with all you can say most of the hockey matches in the last few minutes, uh, they were very close, Germans, to equalizing and probably taking the match into a shootout. So, but we ended up winning a bronze. This is just outstanding, amazing to win a bronze in hockey, which is our national sport. And I hope this reflects through over a period of time in bringing more youngsters into the sport and more money into the sport. Tomorrow, the Indian women's side play Great Britain in a similar encounter for a medal, and I feel they have an equal chance because they have played against Great Britain in the preliminary round, and we could be looking at another medal maybe because they have lost 2-0, but had the experience and the way they are playing right now, the Indian women's team is much better than what they were playing in say in the preliminary round, say about a week back. So they have done well. But just to give you a background, in 92 in Barcelona, we lost 1-3 to Great Britain. Remember that. And uh, a draw or a win at that point of time could have been good enough to get a chance to get into the knockout phase. We had in 1996 a huge disappointment. I remember in Atlanta, where the match was in early morning around 6 or 7 a.m., 5 a.m., or 6 a.m. Indian time, and we lost to Argentina at that point of time, minnows of the sport, and that was perhaps the lowest point in Indian hockey between 96 all the way to 2008. In these 10-12 years, Indian hockey did well in phases, but eventually dived down in 2008. Then we went to Sydney in 2000, and we were doing well. We drew with host Australia in a nail biter 2-all, and we end up beating the lower ranked teams. We had to just get a win over Poland, and it was a draw in the last 90 seconds. Poland equalized, and we went out. We ended up having a fifth position, which was commendable at that point of time. But we were that close, just 90 seconds away from a semi-final berth. 2004, a similar, you can say, fate in all the matches. So Australia equalized in the last minute. New Zealand equalized in the last minute. We had Argentina equalizing in the last minute. And what went on was, sorry, Australia winning in the last minute. So it was all throughout. So in 2000 in sorry in 2004, this was the phase where we could have won, but we lost all the matches because we did not concentrate in the last 2 3 minutes of those matches. And I remember at that point of time we used to have 35 minutes session. And then came the fallacy of 2008, when we did not even qualify for the Beijing Olympics, and that was the lowest point in the you can say hockey for India. And from there, it has taken India 13 years to come back. In 2012, we managed to qualify, finished 12th, losing all our matches. 2016, we had hopes, but we ended up in 7th or 8th position. But it took a total of 12, 13 years, and that is a time frame that is needed in any discipline. And then I'll come to stocks and investing, any discipline to make big. So it took 12, 13 years of hard work, which has gone in from the federation, from the government, from everyone, apart from the coaches, etc. It is just unbelievable to would be to see India on the podium around 6 o'clock this evening, along with the other teams. It I just cannot express my happiness with regard to this, because whenever Olympics used to happen, uh, whenever Olympics used to happen, we were looking at the hockey team winning a medal or hockey team going into semi-final. It hardly used to happen, and now with this bronze, I think this is just the beginning, and we could be looking at a situation where I am hoping for a better medal in Paris in 2024, and hopefully by 28 we could be looking at a gold, because we are a smidgen away from Belgium and Australia, and it took Belgium around 16 years to reach where they are currently. In 2000, 2004, during that phase, Belgium were regarded as minnows, and it took a total, you can say, planning of 16 years that has taken them to this level, and they are a class apart at the moment. We have to believe that. Another point I want to make here is that the only teams we have lost to are ranked higher than India, and that is very satisfying. That we lost to Australia, and we lost badly to Australia, but we came back well. We lost to Belgium, which is ranked one. Australia is ranked two. India is will be ranked three post the Olympics, and just outstanding. So just wanted to share whatever I have went through over this, you can say, 20 odd years. I mean 24, 26 years of 30 years nearly of waiting for a medal in hockey, and we have it. So we have a wrestling bout as well around 4:15 p.m., and that is for the gold medal. And hopefully, if our contestant win, this will be one of the most, you can say, successful Olympics, after being into a lot of lull post the silver medal from Mirabai Chanu. So a gold is possible around 4:30 p.m. Today, and then we'll see how the medals tally look like. Plus, we'll have in javelin. Neeraj Chopra contesting, although it will be tough. Most of the people are saying he can win a medal. There are 3 4 athletes who are throwing more than him, so would be interesting. Would love to see him win a medal as well. So that's about hockey and the Olympics. A bronze in an Olympic hockey event is just magnificent. All right, coming to the markets, it seems like August and September could be difficult. Yes, golf as well. I'm sorry, Ramadi, I did not talk about it, but Aditi Ashok is playing magnificently. I was watching online as to how she is performing. She did well in Rio as well in the first 2 rounds, so that's why I did not talk much about it, because we have to see how the next 2 rounds go, because that's where she faltered last time around at 9 under par, tied second at the moment. There are other golfers who are doing well. The problem with this sport is that there are 70, 60, 70 athletes vying for 3 spots. So she has to be at her best in the next 2 rounds. Probably 2 rounds of 4 under par could set us through for at least a medal. And if she can do better than that, we could be looking at a sure shot silver, bronze or silver. The Swede golfer is one of the best in the world, and she is leading at the moment. The Korean golfer who is coming back, she's also doing pretty well on the European tour. So we have to see how that looks. The only reason I did not talk about it because there are 2 rounds to go. Aditi Ashok was in the leader's spot in Rio after the first 2 rounds. So we'll see how that go around. But that also looks like if things go right, we could be headed for a medal. But this is just magnificent. If Indian women win tomorrow, which I feel I'm very positive against Great Britain that they can do, then that would be just a double for Indian hockey. Remember, India is the only team which has qualified in the semis for both men and women. And this is also very extraordinary because Netherlands in women are the current, you can say, world champions. They hardly get beaten. And Netherlands in men have the two best drag flickers, but they could not manage to qualify for the semi final. So probably I've covered most of, you can say, events, sports, etc. Let's see how the next 2 3 days go. If I'm covering Olympics, just a word on the cricket team. Expectedly did well, bowling out England for 185. Hopefully, they'll make 260, 270. A lead of 100 would be good enough, it seems like, on this pitch and with the kind of batting lineup England has. So we'll see how it goes. It's not going to be easy to make 250 runs today with the kind of swing that ball is having, the Duke's ball. So I would be really happy to see India score even 270 to 300 runs on this pitch in the first innings. Coming to the markets, there is some jitterness in the, you can say, mid cap and small cap stocks, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. uh, be ready for a decent decline in that. I don't like, I'm not very confident with the way the mid cap and small cap index is moving for the next few days and weeks. So hopefully things can get better. That's what I'm hoping for. But my analysis and experience of 2018 and 19 tell me that probably a month, 2 months of decline, sharp decline is there, and then the recovery will happen. Specifically speaking about Kilpest, people were asking me and on Patreon, etc. Stocks like Kilpest, Frontier, Sequent, and other kind of mid cap, small cap have to go through such phases, and this will go through these phases. We don't know, maybe Kilpest at 500, Frontier at 250, we have Sequent at 250, 260. We could be headed there, but that would be temporarily. I think the recovery will take place. There are a lot of triggers that are going to come up in these stocks. So as I have always mentioned, we are a long-term investors in that, and by long-term I mean 3 4 5 years, at least 2 to 3 years. So this is a phase which I feel is good. There could be a phase where the large caps will do well. The mid and small cap may drag, may happen, may not happen, but it looks like for a month, this August, this will happen. Portfolios will get damaged, but once you go through the third phase or expected third phase, which I hope doesn't come, we could be looking in by February, March with these mid and small caps doing extremely well. All right, so I'm ready to answer your queries. Kindly use the super chat and super sticker feature that will help me grow the channel. That help you also ask me questions and eke out answers in greater detail. So you can ask me queries now. All right. Loris Labs, I believe any level closer to 660, 650, very good levels to probably get into. Borosil Renewables is a good stock, but it has run up a lot. In these corrections, you can start accumulating. I won't say you buy in one batch. It is a good stock fundamentally. It has done a lot of, you can say, restructuring, etc. of the business. So hopefully the things will be good for 2 3 year time frame. So that is one thing, stock that you could look to invest, but over a period of time. Thanks a lot, Ramdin, for your contribution. Honeywell Automation, another very, very decent company in automation, etc. I won't say you buy and go ahead now. Wait for more falls in the market and opportunities to probably get into it. I see low Newland Labs specifically. I had recommended for Patreon members also at lower levels and all 1900, 1800, but that was conditional that if things really go bad. So I don't know what is happening with the company, or maybe the results are going to be that bad, or things would be awry. But 1770 was your stop loss. It has broken that. I would say on the first opportunity, exit the stock, let the stock stabilize, because this is if this starts, and that is the problem with smaller companies less than 10,000 crore market cap. And that is where I have always maintained that companies like Asian Paints, companies which are large caps, are always good to have in the portfolio. A mix would be good. So in that stock, it's an exit at this point of time. Technically, fundamentally, we have to look at what are the issues. I don't know at the moment, but technically, you have to just avoid the stock completely. That's my call. Patel attempt. I think declines are coming in in these type of stock. These are stories over 4, 5, 6 years. So whenever I mention these stories, they are not going to run up, say, in the next 6 months. Most of them, some may do, but then they will come back. So look at a Kilpest going from 320, 350 all the way to 750, now coming back. That happens. But what is the long term story? It is pretty intact in Patel Airtime as well. uh, CEAT is a decent company to hold long term. Chambal Fertilizers, I would say avoid. Thanks for your contribution, Yashasvi, and do support me on Patreon if you can. So CEAT, yes, but I would prefer getting into something like a Motherson Sumi or an Endurance Tech or a GNA Excel, or rather than going by something like a CEAT in the tire space, and so on and so forth. A Zomato is a sell. I mean, if you're holding from IPO, it's a sell. If you're holding from 130, it's a sell. It's extremely expensive, exorbitantly expensive, at around 95,000 crores market cap, with sales of 2,500 crores or 3,000 crore market cap. 32 times sales is extremely expensive, in my opinion, for Zomato. All right. I reserve my comments on Praj. I won't say that. I won't be able to comment on that. A PI I would prefer. I believe, although Sumitomo is doing extremely well, I would still prefer PI Industries on decline. Can be bought, one of the topmost company in the agrochemical space, that probably you can get into. So Newgen Software, very decent company to probably get into on declines. That's a buy. Deepak Fertilizer for me. See, fertilizers, chemical stocks, most of them are avoid. 2, 3 companies that I like. I keep on saying about it, so you can probably look at videos and find out about them. So Root Mobile is at decent levels. I think below 2000, between 1800 2000 can be accumulated. I'm positive on the stock and this business. Waited for a decline, or some sort of consolidation. But now it has come around. So these are levels to probably buy, and on declines as well. Again, Birlasoft 390, 380, very good levels to get into and probably hold. But again, have a time frame of 2, 3 years. This fall that I keep talking about can happen anytime. Maybe it has begun in mid and small cap. That doesn't mean those companies become bad. So you have to have patience, and you have to have gumption to see red on your portfolio in order to make money going forward. So that's what you need in these kind of stocks: patience and time frame to make money. Bear crop positive, extremely positive. The stock has not done anything for 12, 15 months. I agree with that. But the company per se is a portfolio stock. So it is not a stock that could make you money over 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. May make you money, but most of the time it will make you money over 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So if you want to build a portfolio for very long term, this is that kind of a portfolio kind of a stock. Thanks for your contribution as well. All right. No, I'm sorry, Tarun. You cannot do that. You have to use either a credit card, international accredited credit card, or PayPal to pay on Patreon. So that's how it goes. It's a US website, so that's how things go around. Indian Metals and Ferro, I cannot comment. Don't follow that stock. Alkyl Amines has run up. So again, on declines of 15-20% from the top, whatever top it has made, that will be a buying opportunity. It's a very good, you can say, chemical company to get into, but not at these prices. Yes. See, I do plan to start a YouTube membership as well, but we'll see how that goes. There are other issues that have had cropped up due to which I cannot start with that. I'm also planning to launch a tutorial, which would be probably a tutorial that I'll bring up later on in a few months' time. So, working on a lot of things, but not at the moment that I'm planning to start with a membership on YouTube at this point of time. All right. I have talked about Kilpes Baljit, so you can reverse the tape and you'll know about it. Tal I don't follow, so I cannot recommend on it. Fine Organics is also a very good company, but it has been falling. So technically speaking, and avoid. Fundamentally, the stock is good, but you have to remember that all these, you can say, chemical companies have had 7 years at least, or let's say 5-6 years of very good run. So at this point of time, to freshly buy, I don't have the gumption to buy a fresh. So that's my call. All right. All right, guys. So thank you. Thanks for being online and hearing me out. Kindly do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you can get my videos straight away when I post it. Thank you.